Hello, I'm going to talk about machine learning, and I'm not going to try to make myself a perfect person. So now, here, I'm going to analyze data of used cars prices in the UK. So here's the website, Kaggle. I got this data set from Kaggle. As you can see, this is the data and this is the link. I will share that link on my GitHub, which I will share later after I finish editing the video. So I'm going to analyze and create a model that predicts the prices for cars in the UK, used cars. So I will go to my Jupyter notebook here. These are the libraries that we need. Pandas is for data wrangling, and NumPy is for crunching numbers. Matplotlib is for plotting graphs. Seaborn is also advanced data visualization. The following libraries you'll come to find out later when we need them. We might need them we might need some of them, but definitely some of them will need it, like linear regression here, and random forest regressor is another algorithm for prediction. Also, these are the metrics: mean absolute error, mean squared error. So let me just go to the data itself and open it and check how it looks like. So here, the file is actually saved here, used cars UK. I downloaded from that site here by clicking this button. So let's have a look. So here, this is a PD. We are using pandas here. Pandas PD, so it's short as an alias. So pd.readcsv is to open the file. So now df is the variable for the actual file. So I would like to check the first 5 rows. And this is how it looks. This column is not necessary. This is the name of the car, price, and all the rest. So as I can see, these columns are in capital, and I would like them to make them in small letters, because sometimes you make a mistake when you are writing your code and refer to a particular column. If you forget where the capital letters are, then an error will be thrown up. So I'd rather change everything to small letters. So here I'm printing all the list of these features. So we're gonna use these features to predict the price. And how many cars are we dealing with here? The data of how many cars. We can check that here. So df.info, I'll get full information about the data frame. So here, as you can see, we have 13 columns. Anyway, the first one is useless. So we only have 12 columns. And also, if you not count the price, it's only going to be 11 columns. So from 0 to 13, ignore the first one. So there are 13 actually, yes. If you drop the price, it's going to be 12. So 12 features are going to be used to predict the price. So these are the columns. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower the case for the column. So this is the code I wrote. df column, so it's for all the columns. String, so I'm going to lower everything, and I'm going to replace all the gaps with underscore. So here, now look at my data again. And now I would like to lower everything, all the letters inside. And I'm going to do that simply by I've got the code I used before. So I'm going to grab all the columns that has text in it. All the column that has text, which is here. So this is like list. Okay, I can explain how we got that. Here, df d types equal object. So is telling you which column is actually a text, which column is a number. As you can see, title is true, that means it's text. Price is false, it's not text, it's actually numbers. Okay, over here as well, as you can see, if it says int 64, that means it's a number. Float is also a number that has a point, like 5.5 is a float. So as you can see here, doors comes in format 5.0, even though it doesn't matter, but they just put it as 5.0. So if you see object, it's actually text. So now over here, I'm only going to pick the columns that are text. So I equate to object, and then I only need the column names. I don't need anything else. So what I do, I'll do here index. Oh, that doesn't work. That one doesn't work that way. So we'll have to do something else here. So here, oh, yeah, actually, we need the actual data frame. So what we will do is to do this. To grab it, we have to do df d type. Yes, so now we get all the objects, and if we need only the names, will be index. And to convert it to a list, we have to wrap it with round brackets, round bracket, and then write list. So now we've got strings. We save it in the variable strings or the columns. And now I'm going to loop through all the columns to get it changed to lower case. So here we are. I'm going to loop. So string, I'm grabbing every item in the strings, every item there, and I'm going to get the column from the data frame and then lower it. Lower the case. Now we can check our data frame, how it's looking like. Here, I'll only check the first row as two rows. Here, everything the way I want it. So next, I'm going to look at how many columns have missing values. So here, this code will help. And if you'd like to understand in depth, this is how it's done. So initially, I do this is null. So it's null is going to show me. If it says true, that means there's a missing values. So it's not easy to see that here. So I'll just do sum. So previous owners has a lot of missing values, service history, and number of doors, engine, and emission class. So, and finally, I just wanted only to show those columns with missing values, which are here. So we don't need this. Now, look at the data frame. We can actually see that service history is an object. So which means it's text. Emission class is also text. Yes, so now we'll have to decide what to do to all this. So we are going to discuss in the next video how we're going to deal with missing values. One more thing here, is the df.describe. It gives you distribution of the data. Look, as you can see, the doors, maximum number of doors was 5, and minimum was 2 doors, and we've got the mean, which was 4.32. That means that most cars had more than 4 doors, had more than 3 doors at least. And you've got the 25 interquartile, lower quartile, and upper quartile. And this is the median. The median is 5. So most of the cars have number of doors. So bigger cars we're dealing with. And we'll stop here, and in the next video we will talk about how to deal with the missing values, and then we are going to go ahead and build a machine learning model to predict the price of a used cars. So if you give the details of a car, the name and number of doors, number of seats, then it will give you the price to expect.